There's something fascinating about watching a story unfold quietly while the world is busy chasing headlines. The royal family was in turmoil, scandal after scandal splashed across newspapers and screens worldwide. And yet, amidst all that chaos, a man walked in almost unnoticed, effortlessly capturing the heart of a princess and quietly building a life most of us can only dream of. That man is Eduardo Mosey. You might think you know the story of a wealthy London developer marrying into royalty, but Eduardo's life is anything but ordinary. Behind the designer suits, monogram shirts, and luxury properties lies a tapestry of intrigue, ambition, and personal trials that reads more like a historical epic than a modern love story. Broken engagements, a secret child, family drama, and a wedding that nearly slipped under the public radar. This is a life that demands more than a passing glance. Stay with me, because this is the kind of story you'll want to unravel piece by piece. Who is Eduardo Mosey? To understand Eduardo, we need to start with appearances because they are only the tip of the iceberg. Charming, composed, effortlessly handsome, he is the kind of man who makes a lasting impression without trying. That rare, reassuring smile he wears? There's a history behind it. A story of resilience, intelligence, and ambition that predates even his first public introduction to the royal spotlight. But Eduardo isn't just a man of charm. He's a man with history coursing through his veins. His family name, Mosey, might sound like something from Renaissance Italy, and in a sense it is. He isn't simply another wealthy developer climbing the ranks of London's elite. He is a count holding a hereditary title granted to male descendants of his family line in 1913 by King Victor Emmanuel III of Italy. Even though Italy abolished royal titles in 1946, Eduardo's lineage and heritage have never been just ceremonial. The Mosey family still owns the Villa Mosey in northern Italy, a 15th-century estate originally built as a monastery, now a luxury retreat. That's centuries of nobility, land, influence, and history flowing directly into Eduardo's identity. And yes, while some people marry into royalty, Eduardo practically walked into Princess Beatrice's life, carrying his own version of royalty, tucked neatly into his background. A modern count with ancient roots. Despite his aristocratic heritage, Eduardo is very much a man of the present. His education was top-tier, Dragon School in Oxford, Radley College, and a master's degree in politics from the University of Edinburgh. By his early 20s, he had already founded Bonda Property, a high-end development and interior design company catering to London's elite. Bonda wasn't just a business, it was an empire in the making. Eduardo's vision was clear. Take undervalued pockets of London, transform them into luxurious residences, and sell to clients with more money than most of us can comprehend. By the time he began appearing alongside Princess Beatrice on red carpets, Bonda had overseen developments worth more than $875 million. That's not a business, that's a dynasty. Yet, Eduardo's path wasn't without its challenges. Dyslexia could have been a roadblock, but he transformed it into a strength, channeling his energy into the visual and spatial world of design. His Instagram, filled with meticulously curated interiors, reads like a portfolio of five-star hotel experiences, homes where every detail is intentional, every corner dramatic. The man behind the empire, Eduardo, is more than just an aristocrat with a successful business. He is outspoken, politically aware, and unafraid to voice his opinions. During the 2016 London mayoral election, he wrote op-eds urging politicians to focus on redevelopment, and he engaged openly on social media about global politics, including the U.S. election. It's a fascinating contrast to the careful silence usually expected of those connected to royal circles. For every public success, however, there have been shadows. Critics pointed to Bonda's projects as more marketing than reality, and international expansions like the Mostad Ocean Club in Australia collapsed spectacularly. Yet through every setback, Eduardo remained poised, showing up at conferences and events as if nothing had happened, quietly demonstrating the resilience that defines him. Love before royalty. Before Princess Beatrice, Eduardo's life followed a very different narrative. He was once engaged to Dara Huang, an American architect, Harvard-educated, and internationally successful. Together, they seemed the picture of a perfect modern couple. In 2016, they had a son, Christopher Wolfe Mapelli Mosey, affectionately known as Wolfie, a child whose existence would later complicate and enrich Eduardo's story. By 2018, Eduardo and Dara had separated. Neither publicly aired the details of their split, maintaining a level of dignity uncommon in stories of high-profile figures. Dara continued to thrive professionally, establishing HB Design Group, while Eduardo began a new chapter that would change the course of his life forever. Meeting a princess. Enter Princess Beatrice. Eduardo and Beatrice didn't meet by chance at a gala or a royal ball. Their families had been connected for decades. The Mapelli Mosey family and the York family, including Prince Andrew and Sarah Ferguson, were close friends. In social circles where families interconnect through Christmas parties, charity events, and summer gatherings, a relationship like Eduardo and Beatrice's can incubate quietly over years before it is even recognized. By September 2018, the dynamic shifted. Eduardo had ended his engagement, Beatrice had ended her long-term relationship, and the timing led to speculation, but no confirmation, about the beginning of a romance. Their first public appearance as a couple came in March 2019, followed by a royal wedding in July 2020. But this wedding was far from ordinary. The wedding that almost didn't happen. Originally planned as a grand ceremony at the Chapel Royal at St. James's Palace, with a Buckingham Palace garden reception, their wedding faced unprecedented hurdles. First, Prince Andrew's public scandal and retirement from royal duties cast a shadow. Then, the COVID-19 pandemic forced a complete rethinking of the celebration. What could have been a lavish royal affair became a small, intimate ceremony with only immediate family. And yet, even stripped of its grandeur, the wedding carried historic significance. Beatrice wore Queen Elizabeth II's ivory silk taffeta gown and the Queen's diamond fringe tiara, connecting past and present in a moment both poignant and symbolic. Even in this simplified ceremony, family dynamics were delicate. Prince Andrew walked Beatrice down the aisle, but was absent from official portraits, a public erasure reflecting private acknowledgement. The message was clear. The day belonged to the couple, not the surrounding scandals. Life after marriage. Following their quiet wedding, Eduardo and Beatrice built a life defined by both royalty and normalcy. They initially lived in a relatively modest 4-bedroom apartment within St. James's Palace before moving to a 6-bedroom converted farmhouse in the Cotswolds, complete with tennis courts, gardens, and a swimming pool. They became a working royal couple in the truest sense. Beatrice holds a real job as Vice President of Strategic Partnerships at Aphrodite, while Eduardo continues to manage Bonda property. Their children, Wolfie Sienna Elizabeth and Athena Elizabeth Rose, are part of a modern blended royal family raised across 2 homes with careful attention to stability and love. Challenges along the way. Even after marriage, Eduardo's life was not without complications. Premature birth, family scandals, and ongoing media scrutiny tested their resilience. Beatrice's second daughter arrived prematurely in January 2025, prompting the couple to focus on advocacy, with Beatrice taking on a charity patronage for premature births. Meanwhile, the lingering shadow of the Epstein files in 2025 reignited media attention on the royal family. Eduardo's response was characteristically steady. Continue business, maintain public appearances, and show up as a constant calm presence, a contrast to the chaos that surrounds them. Eduardo today. As of early 2026, Eduardo Mapelli Mosey is 42. A father of 3, CEO of a major luxury property company, husband to a princess, and the least controversial member of one of the most scrutinized families in the world. He continues to charm, build, and influence, appearing at international design events in bold, stylish outfits, ever the picture of composure. Beatrice, 9th in line to the British throne, balances royal obligations with professional life and motherhood, navigating her extraordinary life with quiet grace. Together, They exemplify a modern royal family that doesn't fit neatly into any traditional box, a family defined by love, resilience, and understated sophistication. The truth about Eduardo Mosey. Through broken engagements, secret children, a global business empire, and a royal wedding shadowed by scandal, Eduardo has remained steady. He shows up consistently, proving that what a princess might truly need is not drama, but presence, reliability, and unwavering support. Eduardo Mosey is more than a title. He is a man with history in his veins, a thriving empire, and a family he fiercely protects. In the chaos of royal headlines, scandal, and global attention, he has carved out a life that is both extraordinary and profoundly human. And if you thought this was the end of the story, trust me, it's just the beginning. Royal life is always evolving, and the chapters yet to come promise even more intrigue, triumph, and moments that redefine what it means to live in the public eye while maintaining privacy, dignity, and love.